this now.
Yeah.
I never got to see.
So, again, I'm not going to change your grip. Ball position looks fine. Posture looks good. Aim looks fine. So I don't see anything in setup. I want you to watch your hips here. You lose a little bit of your loading of your pivot. And I don't mind you being a little bit forward of the dress with your front hip. Most better players are. But what you don't want to do is turn your left hip first. It pulls your weight to the right. The weight in your lower body is now moving forward. So your upper body spine angle is not terrible, but it moves it, I think, too much because your hips go forward. So you're really more on your right leg than you are your left right now. And then you're going to shift and you're going to go further lateral way because you started more forward. So the club is coming in a little bit late in relationship to your body. Good news is you get your arms back in front of you, but it changes the path. So again, another reason that you may be taking the club inside, it's not as bad as it's been in the past, but you over-rotate your hips early. You really need to quiet your hips a little bit. You need to kind of do the Ricky Fowler thing and swing the club head first, because you're shut with the face and it's slightly inside. That's why the club tips over a little bit. See that shaft tip over that way? And the handle's a little high there. And so now the handle's got to go back low, and that throws the club head outside. Right? Yeah. So the good news is you're not doing it with your hands as much anymore, but you're still not turning as aggressively with your hips and your chest through. You can see that left arm, it take over through inside.
It's getting close.
Yeah, see how the club head's inside your hands there?
I think a lot of kids do like that first start, like moving too much early and not getting all the way loaded up.
Yeah. So in the first part of the takeaway, let's look at that just for a second. I think that if we can correct that part, the rest of it gets a little bit easier, I think. It's just getting the club head to swing more. I know you've watched Ricky Fowler. His pre-shot ritual is get the club head to swing out in front of him. And his legs, this is Trevor obviously, but his legs have not moved nearly as much as yours to that position. When you go back, when your club gets parallel to the ground, your face is more shut. Okay, and then your weight is now moving back to the right, right? And I got to get you to feel like your weight is loading more into your back leg when you take the club back to there. He's moving into his right, his left side, right? All right, let's find that just for a second. I can't remember what number it was. 369. 368 and 370. So when you get to that same position, look at the difference in that back hip. You keep loading that back hip. So it makes your upper body move further off the ball because you're kind of counterbalancing. So you're so far forward, now you have to catch up a little bit. His arms are going to be much more in front of him. And his shaft is going to shallow versus steepen. His hands are going to drop more from you. See how the shaft shallows out there. So he's inside the ball. You can see where the club is. Then it first back out. So he's a push drawer. Watch his lower body and his left shoulder through impact. You really got to keep that left side going in. And it's easier to do it when you're going from your back foot to your front foot. If you're already on your front foot, it's hard to do that. Alright, so let's go